Right now at 10, a turn in a county human trafficking trial. What happened during today's proceedings?
And AI coming to courthouses, why the idea has civil rights groups fired up.
Plus, Steamboat Days officially kicking off festivities down at Levy Park.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Quite a surprise in the Chantil Kibler human trafficking trial today. During testimony, a victim requested a bathroom break and then collapsed. Due to the medical emergency, Judge Gonzalez declared a mistrial, meaning a new trial with a new jury will be scheduled later. The judge cited the jury's uncertain wait time as the reason.
It's typical in La Crosse County that if the witness couldn't return tomorrow, that they would grant a mistrial.
Now, a refresher on this case. Kibler is accused of working with her boyfriend, Dre Broadnax, to force the victim into prostitution during the summer of 2024. Judge Gonzalez scheduled a status conference on the case for June 24th.
And Quan St. Junius is convicted of second-degree reckless homicide for a 2019 stabbing. The La Crosse jury found St. Junius guilty in Virgil Stewart's death yesterday. He is also convicted of threatening to injure someone. He was found not guilty of strangulation and battery. His bond is revoked and he is now in custody. Sentencing has not yet been scheduled.
It would be a first in the country, a push to use AI as an interpreter in Wisconsin courtrooms. Current law allows interpreters for anyone with a limited English proficiency or a disability. Civil rights groups worry about the damage AI's questionable accuracy could cause in the courtroom. A UWL professor says while AI is easier to access and could learn to improve over time, it still presents an ethical challenge.
We have to worry about the potential for economic disruption and job displacement, right? These are people's jobs, and we're proposing, at least the promise of AI right now is that we will be able to automate a great number of tasks that human beings currently do, and we're going to be able to do that at scale.
Under the bill, the AI service would be optional and courts could still use human interpreters.
A Wisconsin group is suing Elon Musk. The group is the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign. The suit would keep Elon Musk from ever again offering cash payments to Wisconsin voters. In April, Musk gave 3 voters $1 million checks. It was part of his attempt to flip majority control of the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
The clock is ticking for Wisconsin to pass its next 2-year state budget, and K-12 education funding is still a sticking point among the two parties. So tomorrow, the Joint Committee on Finance will focus on K-12 education during an executive session. Governor Evers and State Superintendent Jill Underly for months have proposed a record amount of public education spending.
These kids are the future of our state, and this budget is about making sure that the legislature can leave a legacy. They have a responsibility to act now. They can be bold and responsible and support investments that support our kids, our teachers, and our communities. They just have to make that choice.
State law says the state has to pass a budget by June 30th or else funding continues based on the previous 2-year budget.
Well, we had a good bit of rain tonight, Greg.
Well, we had some rain, but some areas got quite a bit. Others areas up to the north did not get quite a lot either. So the big news going forward tonight is, once again, some are going to have a lot of rain throughout the night. Others are going to have a fairly quiet night. Just depends on location. But overall, in the 60s right now for both locations. Most of the rainfall and thunderstorms, even type of close to severe activity, has stayed in northeast Iowa. You can see that all that activity is pushing into southern Wisconsin. But we have more activity further to the west that's developing, but it's really along I-90 and further south. And that's really going to be the trend. Now, the visibility behind there, some of that's due to haze and smoke yet in the atmosphere, too. And that'll be lingering throughout the night. Big picture shows that front really stalled out to the south, and we got waves that are going to be riding along it periodically through the next 24 hours before it begins to lift north. So overnight, if you're along and south of I-90, you're going to get some rainfall, especially further south you go. This will linger probably through the morning commute. If you're further north, it's going to be spotty at best, and many areas may wake up to just dry conditions as you go closer to Eau Claire. Notice the temperature difference there. Upper 40s, Ladysmith, waking up to the mid-60s as you go further south because it will have more cloud cover. So that's really what's going to go forward, but there's your temperatures overall for La Crosse. The rain chance does kind of taper off towards noon, And for the same story for Eau Claire, you don't see much in the rainfall there until you get to the afternoon hour, 53. They'll have more going later in the day. So overall, we'll kind of track out the additional stuff that we have all the way through Friday and then give you an idea what the weekend has in store too for Father's Day.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Well, the 78th annual Winona Steamboat Days is underway. The event is happening at Levy Park, where food vendors are setting up and cars are lining 3rd Street, getting ready for the classic car show.
Every year there's people down here with smiles on their faces, and that's what is my favorite part of, Steamboat Days.
Tonight's kickoff festivities go until 11 p.m.
Preparations are underway for this year's Vernon County Dairy Breakfast. Mark and Teresa Lepke are hosting the breakfast Saturday from 7 to 11 a.m. The menu includes everything from pancakes and eggs to cheese curds. And you can also upgrade to a steak meal for $10. The Lepkes say the annual breakfast is a great way to celebrate the dairy industry.
You can have a self-tour of the farm, and you just walk around and you'll see the cows out in the pasture, the barn, and all the calves are out here. They're going to have a good time.
Activities for kids will include an Ag Olympics and a pedal tractor contest.
A local brewery is helping tackle hunger in La Crosse. In partnership with Wafer Food Pantry, 608 Brewing is hosting Hops for Hunger. 10% of all sales will be donated to Wafer Food Pantry.
Every community organization that is willing to step up and contribute to our cause makes what we do easier.
That event went until 9 p.m. this evening.
Viroqua residents and city officials are at odds over a beloved playground's future. In the 1990s, community volunteers built the wooden playground at Eckhart Park, also known as Dragon Park. The city's parks director says a 2022 inspection recommended the city replace the aging equipment, but many want the playground left alone due to its sentimental value.
Some things need to be redone, replaced.
It needs painted.
You think it needs painted, yeah. To keep an element at least of the old part of that history. Definitely revamping some things, but it'd be a shame just to get rid of all this. It's a very unique park in our area.
City officials hosted residents for a public input session from 4 to 5 p.m. today. No design plans are final as of right now.
The Children's Museum opened its newest exhibit today. It teaches kids about heating and cooling. Fire Station 4.5 combines firefighting fun with HVAC science. The exhibit features a bunk room and slide and interactive walls that explain airflow and energy.
I think it really allows kids to explore on their own, but learn in the way that the museum always has that precedent-setting ability to do. Kids are always interested, and there's always something to do when you come back and a new adventure, and I think they nailed it with this.
You can visit Station 4.5 during regular Children's Museum hours.
Still to come tonight at 10, a rollback from the EPA, why the agency's top officials say the change will help your utility bills.
And the first federal charges against Los Angeles protesters as parts of downtown see a second night of curfews go into effect.
Give the ultimate gift this Father's Day with Bosch Power Tools from Menards. Bosch Power Tools are engineered to handle the toughest jobs, and Menards carries over 75 Bosch tools in stock. Whether you need to rip, cut, drill, or drive, Bosch Power Tools provide the power and performance you need to handle the toughest tasks. Right now, get the Bosch 18-volt cordless drill kit for just $69.99 after an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine, and Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
You know it's time to replace some windows, a patio door, an entry door, or all of them. The Board Stores provided skillful installation of quality products for thousands of your neighbors for 35 years. Double hung slider, casement, awning windows, double glazing, triple glazing, white windows, black windows, wood grain. Our experienced sales staff will help you choose what's best for you, provide a detailed proposal and a firm price. No pressure, no nonsense. One window or a house full, call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. More than you expect for less than you thought.
When Arby's says euros, you say 2 for $7. Euros. 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 Louder. Arby's, we have the meat.
In Los Angeles, city and state leaders are concerned about National Guard troops on streets amid ongoing protests, saying they're unnecessary.
Leaders nationwide warn similar deployments may happen in other cities. CBS News' Danya Backus reports.
As Los Angeles entered its 6th consecutive day of protests, California leaders spoke out against the Trump administration's decision to send federal troops to the city, arguing the 4,000 National Guardsmen are a hindrance, not a help.
And when you start deploying federalized troops on the heels of these raids, it is a drastic and chaotic escalation and completely unnecessary.
About 700 Marines are still undergoing civil disturbance training in Orange County, California. Major General Scott Sherman is leading the deployment.
So strictly for the protection of the federal personnel and the protection of the federal building, they're allowed to temporarily detain and wait for law enforcement to come and arrest them.
A federal judge is set to hold a hearing Thursday over California's request to block the Trump administration from using federal troops in Los Angeles. President Trump, at an event at the Kennedy Center Wednesday evening, continued to maintain federal troops were necessary.
If I wasn't there, if I didn't act quickly on that, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground.
Leaders of other cities are watching the developments in Los Angeles closely, including former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who says the Trump administration is abusing power.
It is federal government out of control. It is authoritarianism in a way we have never seen it before. And he did it in LA, and he's going to do it.
Now, after 2 days of negotiations between the U.S. and Chinese trade representatives, President Trump has declared in a social media post that a trade deal with China is done, though he acknowledged both he and Chinese President Xi Jinping still have to approve a final agreement.
Spoke to his trade team, who did a fantastic job negotiating this on behalf of the United States and meeting with their Chinese counterparts. The president is talking to them about the details of it now, but what the president heard, he liked.
The president said the U.S. will keep a 55% tariff on Chinese imports, while China will keep a 10% tariff on American goods.
The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency unveiled a plan to loosen regulations on the energy industry. A new proposal would eliminate rules limiting greenhouse gas emissions from power plants that run on coal and natural gas. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin says the actions would benefit customers and result in savings of more than $1 billion a year. It comes as local energy cooperatives shift from coal dependency to renewable sources.
Today, EPA is taking an important step, reclaiming sanity and sound policy, illustrating that we can both protect the environment and grow the economy.
The proposed rollbacks follow President Trump's repeated pledge to unleash American energy and make it more affordable for Americans to power their homes and to operate businesses.
The inflation rate in the U.S. did not rise as much as expected last month, but egg prices and gas prices dropped and rent increases slowed down. Consumer prices increased 0.1% in May, while the nation's yearly inflation rate rose to 2.4%. The overall readings from the Bureau of Labor Statistics were better than analysts had expected.
It's still not clear to the consumer what exactly is hitting their wallet and when. They may have seen some price increases, but they know that the environment remains uncertain.
The economists predicted falling gas prices would help keep inflation's monthly rate in check, but that tariff effects would still put more pressure, I should say, on prices.
Well, Beach Boys legend Brian Wilson has died. The musician's family breaking the news on Instagram. Wilson was the band's bass player and chief songwriter. Among the group's biggest hits, Surfin' USA and Good Vibrations. Wilson was 82 years old.
We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
we definitely got a wet stretch of weather going through Friday and Friday night, but the whole period won't be wet. We'll break down when we'll see those periods of rain and what our temperatures look like going forward to Father's Day weekend. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
If your home was looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale.
The biggest steak sale ever is Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get bacon-wrapped sirloins, New York strips, mouth-watering ribeyes, and tasty T-bones. This sale is huge, and so is our dad-sized 25-ounce Big T-Bone. Plus, get delicious side dishes for the grill. For the best steaks and best prices around, don't miss the biggest steak sale ever. Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today is the day. And today's the day.
Are you ready for National Fudge Day? Celebrate it with Valley Fudge and Candy. There is something for everyone.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Dreaming of a new ride? Apply today at driveultra.org and make your dream a reality. Hey, dogs can dream too. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Yeah, definitely going to be wet for the next several days, but the whole period won't be wet, and you'll definitely have some dry breaks in between all the way through Friday, too. But for tonight, it's really the focus is going to be I-90 and further south. You can see most of the activity we had for the evening is pushed off into southern Wisconsin. We had some severe reports towards Cedar Rapids. For the most part, our area stayed north of the severe weather. Then we have activity continue to stream along just along or south of I-90, and it's really going to be northeast Iowa, southwest Wisconsin. That's going to see a lot of this activity overnight, and eventually it might spread a little bit further north as we go towards the morning hour, but still the bulk of it is there. So once again, as we get closer to like 9 to 10 a.m., we're going to start seeing some of this activity begin to push further north. But for the morning commute, dry further for most of the area, wet as you go further south to La Crosse. And temperature difference, big temperature difference in the morning, mid-60s south. Where you go all the way up to Eau Claire further north, where they've had partly cloudy skies all night, they'll be in the upper 40s, low 50s. So that's what you're looking at. Throughout the morning, it's still going to be mainly dry north of I-90. Towards the later half of the afternoon, you start seeing some of the spotty showers begin to lift a little bit further north. Here's the morning activity, as I mentioned. Then as we go throughout the morning, this starts to lift northward. So by the time we get to about the afternoon, you'll start seeing a few showers probably along Eau Claire. Now for the morning, going to about 9 to 10 a.m., bulk of this activity earlier today, we thought it would be more northeast Iowa. Now it's kind of shifted to southwest Wisconsin. So Prairie du Chien to DeBoscobel, Crawford County is the area where you could see some significant rainfall with training thunderstorms. But look at the amounts all the way to 9 a.m. Pretty much taper off to about nothing as you go further north. As I mentioned, in the afternoon, we'll start seeing this front lift north. So as we get towards after 3 to 4 p.m., chances start increasing for areas along I-94 to see more of the light rain or showers. Not expecting thunderstorms up here. And then the evening commute looks fairly wet, at least for a period of it along I-94 before it totally lifts north of that area. Meanwhile, areas to the south of that will probably have a fairly quiet evening going into Thursday night. It's not till later in the night that we start seeing more activity. Here's this activity there, and eventually it will begin to sink south for Friday morning's commute. But I think Friday morning's commute, the weather conditions will probably stay north of I-90. And overall Friday, we'll see some showers, but I think most of that activity will be scattered in nature and mainly mostly in the morning. Friday night, we have another wave coming through, so we could see more activity Friday night to early Saturday. And so far, for the most part, it could change. We should be quiet for the Father's Day weekend, although we'll have a lot of cloud cover, and still that shower chance can't be ruled out for far northern areas. For the precipitation for Thursday beyond the morning hour from 10 a.m., you'll start seeing it really push to the north, and in fact, quite a bit as you go further north of Red Wing to Eau Claire, up to Minneapolis, up to Ladysmith. Those areas up there could pick up, and this is going through a long period here, potentially 2 to 3 inches because of several rounds focusing up there. In fact, there is a threat I'll keep an eye on here for at least flash flooding is a slight risk given the training and the amounts up there, but overall it is fairly low yet, but that's the area of concern you would look for with this activity. Now for temperatures Friday, really is going to be depending on further north you go with the clouds and the precipitation more. Probably in the low 70s, upper 60s, but further south we will have maybe some breaks in the clouds, especially in the afternoon hour, that may get temperatures back up to the upper 70s near 80. So as a common theme, we see some big temperature spreads throughout the area. And Saturday, a lot of clouds, even a little bit of precipitation possibly north of Eau Claire. We're looking at upper 60s, mid 70s, and I think a little bit better as we go into Father's Day actual day. More sun potentially. We'll get back up in the mid to upper 70s, and then next week it remains active with temperatures near average, but pretty low confidence on temperature forecast next week and precipitation chances because like we have here, we have some weak waves coming through. So it remains active, but for right now, none of those days look like complete washouts at this point, too.
Okay, well, that sounds good.
So, no, we're going to get some needed rain. We need the rain, but it's going to come in periods, but there will be dry breaks through Friday. It's not total washout on any of the days.
There we go. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Goody speaks, the Packers GM, on why the team opted to part ways with Jair Alexander. Plus, Central Girls Soccer is at a stage they've never been, but hear why they are ready to make more history. Jacob is next.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Hey guys, it's Brody from Great River Harley Davidson. I'm here to invite you to our grand reopening anniversary party on Saturday, June 21st. Come check out our fully renovated dealership with enhanced parts, award-winning service, and trend-setting apparel department. On June 21st, we'll have Brian Simpson from 95.7 emceeing our ribbon cutting. We have a bike blessing, hog roast, music by Brian Stein, and much, much more. Join us June 21st for Great River's grand reopening and anniversary party.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, after locking up their first regional title in program history, the Central Girls Soccer team is optimistic heading into sectionals. The Riverhawks defeated Logan and Reedsburg in the first 2 rounds of the postseason, and now Joe Cerniak's team is hoping to make some more history. Despite losing some key players to graduation, new girls have stepped into bigger roles and have produced a season where Central has been in the rankings for much of the year. First team all-conference defender Chloe Ackerman says the bond of the team off the field has helped their play inside the lines.
Honestly, we're all just super close. We can communicate well. We're good friends on and off the field, which I think definitely is helpful on the field. But yeah, it's just been a ton of fun, and it's really cool to have been this far since we've never made it. So
Joe Cerniak is in his 18th season at the helm of the program, and his team has a familiar foe across from them tomorrow, the Onalaska Hilltoppers. And Coach Cerniak expects another tight contest.
Hopefully, it's going to be another good game tomorrow, but we know each other, I think, very well, and you know, the team that executes, you know, what they need to do to take away the other team's strengths is probably going to be the one that comes out on top.
The two teams tied in their first meeting of the year, then Central scored 3 straight to defeat the Toppers 3-1 back on May 29th. Start time 7 p.m. at Logan High. Brewers trying to win the series against the Braves today. Not the best start for Chad Patrick. Michael Harris tags him for a 2-run shot right here in the second. Atlanta jumps in front. The crew up in the bottom half of the frame. Reese Hoskins bringing out the 9-iron, golfs that one into the seats to make it 3-1. But Ronald Acuna is healthy again, and he is mashing. Brewers drop back-to-back home series for the first time this season as they fall 6-2. And the Steam picking up their first win of the season in their home opener. Avery Makaravich with a home run in that victory. A lot more from the Steam this year. And with news dropping yesterday of the release of Jair Alexander, Brian Gutekunst stopped by practice today to chat with reporters. Here's the Green Bay GM on why the Packers decided to go this route instead of trying to stick it out with the 2-time All-Pro corner.
We looked at a lot of different angles, what might be right for the club, and this is kind of where we ended up. But again, you know, it was no bad blood. It's just kind of one of those things where over the last couple of years it hasn't worked out exactly like we wanted to. Not for no fault of anybody, just the injuries kind of, you know, took some games away from them.
All right, it's time for the News 8 Play of the Week nominees. Getting things started, how about the stat line Devin Nedland of Westby had in yesterday's sectional semifinal win against Mondovi? 1-for-1 with a 2 RBI triple at the plate, and then a complete game shutout. Just 3 hits allowed and 10 strikeouts on the mound. An appropriately numbered nominee up next as the Kickapoo Lafarge team of Katie Randau, Ava Young, Chloe Walter, and Jewel Kleinsasser won 2 sprint relay finals last Saturday at State Track, including a new Division III state record of 48.9 in the 400 relay. More Division III girls state track coming up here. Addie Dillman of Cochran Fountain City winning the 2-mile as she pulled away late and won in 10 minutes 35 seconds, which beat her personal best by almost 30 seconds. Coming in at number 4, Aquinas' Declan Gregg putting it in overdrive in the D2 boys 2-mile race in the final stretch. He edges out Isaac Ewing with 24/100ths of a second to spare to be crowned state champion, and that was a heck of a race. Last but not least, PDC's Blake Thierry with a memorable couple days in lacrosse. He finished first in the 110 hurdles, triple jump, and long jump, and took second in the 300 hurdles. Performance so good, he carried the Blackhawks to a 3rd place team finish. And I want to give a shout out as well to Brooklyn Mitchell of La Crescent Hoka for winning state in shot put today with a throw of 42 feet, 7.5 inches for her as well. So that is a strong throw. Congratulations to her. And
Good track and field season on both sides of the river.
Got some results from the NBA Finals as well. The Pacers go up 2-1. Emily Adam in 6.
Yeah.
And Ken said Thunder in 6, so there's still plenty of time.
Getting nervous,
but
though. Those Pacers look good.
They look pretty good today. Look strong, so we will see what happens.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, guys.
All right, more news right after this.
A John Deere 3 Series tractor lets you tackle those bigger jobs with simple, intuitive controls that put the power in your hands and quick connect solutions to swap implements quickly with ease. From rotary cutter to rotary tiller to front loader. Take on all your property's biggest challenges. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 cash allowance, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
The search for savings stops here at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best price furniture store. Stop in and check out our Poly outdoor furniture, relaxing swivel gliders, loves, and dining sets, available to customize. Inside, shop a huge lineup of Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Upholstery. Reclining or stationary sofas, loves, or sectionals available. Set the table or make the bed with sets from Ashley Furniture, and find the perfect rug to tie your home together. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A splashy scene at the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago.
This baby bottlenose dolphin making its debut. The calf is the first to be born at Brookfield in a decade. The zoo says they haven't decided on a name yet, but will by the end of the summer.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen a baby dolphin in forever. They look so cute.
Oh, but you've seen one before.
Yes, I mean a long
person?
time ago, yes. Swum with some dolphins. I believe they were adult age dolphins at that point, because as a 10-year-old, you can essentially just ride the dolphin because it's a full thing. Fantastic experience.
I know, that's on a bucket list of mine. Got to go ride with a dolphin. Okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
We're a team you can trust, and we're local. We see our members out in the public all the time. Want to be able to look them in the eye and know that we did right by them.
Firefighters Credit Union.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off furniture. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like $10 off this power tool storage rack, $19.99. Save $45 on this Milwaukee Impact socket set. Plus, Blaine's gift cards are always perfect gifts. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed light casts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
Hey Nick, want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off bedroom sets and mattresses. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
All right, for I-90 further south, it'll be a wet morning, then it'll kind of dry out, and then as we go through the day, showers will start spreading towards Eau Claire, and they'll have more of the evening time activity. So periods of it, not until all day rain, but more 70s, so cooler for a lot of areas. The rain chances continue on Friday. Overall, the weekend still looking dry, 70s, and then next week, a lot more activity continues, but none of these days are all-day washouts, kind of more typical July type pattern almost, but temperatures will stay on the cool side until we get to next week.
Okay. Hey, 70s aren't bad, though.
Those dads that love to golf are going to enjoy that Sunday.
They sure will.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.